Hi there, this is Hans Forschner with Napkin Engineering. I've got a short video in regards to editing symbols in SoundPLAN. This is a function that is part of the Cartography module that you can create symbols and assign them to point, line, and areas. For line and areas, they're basically to fill or along the line or fill areas with certain symbols. For points, basically defines a symbol at whatever position. So you can assign objects with these symbols to make them a little bit more obvious to people reviewing a map. So you can go to the edit symbol function under the extra option up here in the SoundPLAN Graphics. There's edit symbols. And then here we have a edit symbol editor. Let me zoom in. So here on the left hand side you see the global and project related symbols. So you can work on both of those libraries or databases. The project, so that was copied from the global library of symbols. So under that we have just geometrical symbols like just circles, squares, and so forth. There's arrows. So arrows like here. So to edit any of these arrows, you select, or any of these symbols, you select them, you move it into this edit window here. And so here we have, for example, two triangles. So with this we can change the triangles right here in terms of the length, width, or overall size. Right. We can change the coloring by clicking on this layout settings. So here we can change the coloring of that triangle and then also change the line width of the edge. So here is basically a full color here, and if we wanted to have that different, let's make it turquoise, that's a very thin line. We'll make that a little bit thicker. Alright, so now we have changed that. You can flip the icons here too. So, for example, here we can flip that in the other direction. And you can also rotate them. So if I hold down the Shift key on the keyboard, we can rotate the icon. All right. We have other options here with lines. And then again here, the layout, we can change the thickness of the lines. We can duplicate objects. Right here we have a duplicate selected objects. So we have two of them here. We can recenter the whole thing right here. We can maximize the symbols. That's actually right now not possible because it's too small. We like a little bit smaller here. We can maximize all the symbols here. Actually, it's probably recenter, maximize. All right. And then we have special symbols like circles. We have squares. And we have multi-polygons. So we can set up maybe a octave symbol. So with 8 sides. And again, with each of those, we can play around and change the coloring and make the change to the line width. So it's up to you to edit your icon or symbol and make it what you like to see. As you're done with that, we can save it, and we can then move it into either the global or the project library. So right now I just added that into the project library of symbols. There's all kinds of other symbols like trees, animals, like the birds and all that, arrows, north arrows that you like, or special symbols like a soccer field or a tennis field. So it's up to your creativity to make the changes and use those symbols. And in terms of the assignment of the symbols, let me just go over that here. So when we have object types in the project, we can select what symbols are used. For example, for receivers, point receivers, we can have a selection of symbols. So here we could, for example, select, so here we have the new symbol that I just created. We can also select a symbol that looks, for example, like this microphone. And whenever you have a receiver, it will show that microphone icon for that receiver. I think that concludes the intro on editing symbols and how to use them in terms of the map object types. Thank you for your time.